So hi everyone, this is an ad hoc carbonara. I don't know if I'm going to publish this, but hey ho, I've made a start on it. Now, as you can see, as normal, I have prepared my ingredients in advance. I'm just adding some water in here, something I forgot to do. Adding some water in here for my pasta later. Yeah, my tap's very slow. Right, so what I've done before you got here, I've chopped my onions, I've chopped some chicken, and I've chopped some bacon. I do like both of them. I've chopped some bell peppers, all three. And guess what? There's a courgette in there. Of course there is. I've done my garlic, you know me and my garlic. And I've also got very clever here, look. What this is milk with a bit of flour in it, a bit of corn flour in, and I've thrown in parsley, herbs provincial, and some basil. So I've thrown those three in there, and I've mixed the flour in with some milk, and there are no lumps. Woohoo! So that's good. Right. So and I've also got some my jarred mushrooms. And I've got some sweet corn, because I do like sweet corn with chicken. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to blow my nose. I know you didn't need to know that, but... Right, so whilst I'm talking to you, I have put some good old olive oil in this pan. Let's put a little tad more in there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry my chicken and my bacon first. So we're just going to bring that to the... Oh! Would help if I put the right one on. I put the back one on instead of the front. The back is bigger than the front, but I'm putting the front on so you can see what I'm doing. So this is going to take another couple of seconds. So, cheers. Yes, I'm drinking wine out of a half pint, but we've already had that discussion, haven't we? So, I'm going to throw as I normally throw. I'm going to throw all my meat, my chicken and my bacon, and I'm going to throw that in the pan and wait for that to come to heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry this meat up until it's cooked. So, you know what they say? Oh, I've said that one before, haven't I? What else can I talk about whilst I'm waiting? I cannot rave about this enough. If you ever get the chance to get one of these and you like garlic, this has to be the best thing ever. You get a little brush and you get this dish, and I don't know if it's showing on the camera, but you get all these little sort of dimples there. And what you do is you get your garlic clove and you rub it on there, and it just mashes your garlic up beautifully. Absolutely love it. I think that's one of the best things in my kitchen. And up until lockdown, I wouldn't have said that. I don't do kitchens, but now I've got things like, yay, I've bought some, where is it? I need to show you this. I've bought curry powder. Way! I've bought curry powder, I've got soya sauce, I've got all sorts going in my kitchen now. I'm actually learning how to cook with you all. No, this is a chicken dish. I am not putting the red wine in the chicken. Right, that's now come to temperature. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that I've got olive oil coated on everything. And I am going to brown the chicken and the bacon. Oh, that's a nice satisfying sound, isn't it? So that's probably going to take, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to put you on pause until that's done. Okay, so welcome back. My bacon and chicken are all browned. So what I'm going to do now is add that all-important garlic in. And my onions. So So now what I'm going to do is just keep mixing it up like I did before. But this time I want to brown my onions as well. So again, I shall leave you and I will come back when that's done. Right, so most of my onion is now translucent. Translucent? Yeah, I think that's a word. I am going to add my flour and milk and herb mix. There's a little bit of flour left in the bottom there, but I'll get that next time round because I haven't used all my milk in there. So it's got all that mixed in there, all those herbs. And what I'm going to do is add some more milk. This is right. So pasteurised milk freezes, and I much prefer over here, even in the UK, I much prefer pasteurised milk to UHT. Because as I've always said, UHT stands for utterly horrible taste. So I have now found pasteurised milk. About 3 years ago I found it, and I've now found it in a great big, I think it's like 2 litres. I never ever drink 2 litres of milk, it'll go off. So what you can do with pasteurised milk is freeze it. This has been frozen. I use little containers. This is a gaseosa, that's lemonade for those of you in the UK. It's a little half a litre container. I decant the milk. I don't fill it to the top because milk expands when it freezes. So I fill it to sort of probably about there, give it some air to move, and I freeze my milk. I don't care what anyone says, I'm still alive. So what I've done is I've now added that milk, the corn flour, the herbs, I've added to my chicken, my bacon and my onions, and I'm going to bring that to the boil. I am then going to simmer it probably for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to throw in some more veg. Okay, so I'll see you in 5 minutes. Right, I have to say that's a lovely creamy sauce coming in there. I think I might have done something right for a change. So now I'm going to throw in my sweet peppers and my courgettes. Throw that in. As you can see, I've chopped them up quite large as opposed to when I did the curry, which actually for me was last night, but it's probably ages ago for you guys. With the curry, whoops, I'm making a bit of a mess here. With the curry, I chopped everything up really, really small. With this, I like my veg bigger. And again, I am fully expecting this meal to go into several containers and go into the freezer. It's why I'm not cooking for you every night, guys, because I have to eat the stuff that I've already cooked and frozen. So I'm going to add some more milk into there. This is actually a semi-skimmed as opposed to a full fat. I used to do it with skimmed and it just doesn't come out as creamy. So what I've done, I've added the milk, and you saw me turn the knob there and bring it back to the boil. But I do find that skimmed just does not cut it. Unlike wine, of course. Right, so that's coming back to the boil. Now I stop faffing with it. Oh, and I think we need to do the all-important taste test, don't we? Let's see where we are. Now that needs, it needs, I'm going to be naughty, ever such a tiny little bit. I'm just putting a little bit of chilli in there. A little bit of chilli powder, tiniest little bit, just to give it a little bit of a, because if not, it gets a little bit bland. And I think I'm going to put some more basil in there as well. I do like a bit of basil. One of these days, I am going to get all these herbs and I'm going to grow my own. Oh my God, listen at me. I'll tell you, this lockdown has, well, changed me. Now, what I also have still to go in, I haven't put in, is my sweet corn. And what I've done is halved those mushrooms and I put them in the same jars just to keep them there so they're ready. But because they're already cooked, I don't want them to go in too soon. I think that makes sense to you all, doesn't it? Anyway, I am now going to let that, turn that down a bit, and I'm going to let that simmer for a little while as well. And I'll see you in a minute, or two, or three. Okay, so welcome back. That's all really simmered along really, really nicely. So now I'm going to throw in my mushrooms and my sweet corn. I think by now you've pretty much worked out that I like to really fill my recipes with lots of veg. I would be a vegetarian if I could, but I'm allergic to nuts. So I do have meat in my recipes, but they tend to be, the meat tends to be overshadowed by the veg. And that's something I'm not prepared to change. I like veg. I pad out my meat. I will probably, looking at this, I will probably get 5 meals out of this. And the chicken that I put in there and the bacon I put in there was probably enough for 2, maybe 3. So, because I do fill up with the veg. And as I say, I like the veg. Let's just bring that back to the boil. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to simmer this. When this is ready, I'm going to heat my water for my pasta. And then I'm going to serve with cheese, of course, my big downfall. It's why I've got these massive hits and arse at the moment. Because I'm eating the cheese. What can I say, arse? Yeah, it's my channel. Because I'm eating a lot of cheese, I'm eating a lot of food, and I'm not getting the walks in that I want to. But hey ho. Right, so I will leave you again. Here we go. Let's turn that down. I will leave you again, and I will see you when I'm ready with my pasta. Okay, so what I've done is I've cooled my water. I put a couple of drops of, guess what, olive oil into my pasta. My pasta is now boiling. So I am going to sieve that one out. And make sure I don't lose any pasta. So this is just normal pasta, nothing special about it. Until you add a little bit of cheese. Oh yes. So my carbonara, I refuse to call it spaghetti carbonara because obviously I'm not having it with spaghetti. I am letting that cheese just melt in for a moment. A moment. And then I am going to add carbonara on top of it. I am going to use my slotted spoon. I am going to turn everything off. I am going to dish this little lot on top. Remember, I know I have stuff in here that I am going to freeze. So a bit of the juice. Oh, that smells gorgeous. I'm going to move my tray out of the way. Both my rings are off and I'm taking that off of the heat. I'm going to put a saucepan over the top because I've had a few flies flying around. I am putting a bit of cheese on top of my carbonara. And I am now going to go and eat. And I'll see you later, guys. Stay safe, stay strong, stay sane.